This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes, and while we strive for a respectful and inclusive environment, we acknowledge that certain topics discussed may be sensitive or offensive to some listeners. The views expressed by hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily represent those of the podcast or its sponsors. Please exercise discretion, skip or pause any distressing parts, and we appreciate your understanding and open-mindedness as we encourage conversations rather than cancellations. Take that woke elsewhere. Thank you.
Freaky people.
Episode 114, Lost to Talks podcast, most lit podcast ever in the world.
Of all time.
that you've ever
Remember
listened
when we
to
used to say that
slash
shit?
watch.
It's the most
I
lit.
brought it back last week.
and then
you
we
know?
say
Yeah.
some random shit. Most lit.
I just
ever.
like, we're this, because at first we were like, let's do the most lit in the what, and then we just keep going back. We're the most lit podcast of all time in history,
All time
space,
in the universe, in the fucking galaxy, in the fucking Milky
dimensions.
Way, and the fucking.
fuck all your
When we just say that, 'cause
multiverses.
it's not
Yeah.
actually lit.
And I realized I just swore.
Yeah, we're not actually lit. That's the irony. Like, we don't actually like using that word. It's lost in talks, LIT. That's the whole fucking
It
point
can
of it.
get lit, though.
Yeah. I mean, we are lit, but we don't say it.
Drinking that
You're not-
soul.
You're not lit if you have to say, yo, I'm lit.
Facts.
You know?
Well,
Yo, this shit's lit.
I have said I'm lit.
You can say
Yo,
I'm
bro,
lit, but it's
fucking
like,
lit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've definitely-
In a loud party, I'm like, bro, I'm
Yeah,
lit.
yeah. You say that in the bathroom, and it's never a good thing.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yo,
Looking at yourself in the mirror.
yo,
you
you don't
just-
want to admit it to yourself, like, yo, I'm lit.
I know,
I know those ones. You go into the washroom, you look at yourself, you're like,
you ever just stare at yourself? You're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I'm fucking lit.
I'm fucking lost, bro. And you're just like,
Fucked. And then I just laugh.
Yeah.
And I go back out.
you just laugh at yourself. Maybe shed a tear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
All right, let's get to the shits. Let's get it out the way. Kevin didn't listen. Did you listen to both or just one?
I listened to Thugger. I didn't listen to Gunna.
I didn't listen to either, yeah.
Why? Do they like...
I listened to them both.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We'll talk about Thugger first. No, we'll talk about Gunna first. No, we'll talk about Thugger. Because this is most recent and Ian has listened to it.
That once, just all the way through.
Business is Business dropped. Young Thug, while he's incarcerated, has dropped an album. A week or two after Gunna dropped his. Yeah. Gunna's was called what? I can't recall.
I don't know. I didn't listen to it.
Guns N' Roses or some shit like
I'm
that.
not really a big Gunna fan. Like, kind of not. Like, between Thugger and him,
Can you
like,
do the quick research for me?
it's Gunna. Yeah. Not a big Gunna fan. Like, I just listened to...
disappointing.
I listened to a few of his songs, you know, but
Gift and a curse.
Gift and a curse. Guns
A
N'
gift and a
Roses,
curse.
what the fuck?
Thugger's more...
That would be pretty sick though, like
Yeah.
Gunners and hoses.
All right, Ian. What are your thoughts on Young Thug's album? We'll just get Ian's thoughts out the way first.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I listened to it
I'll give
through.
you the-
Like, I
Specifically
wasn't
the Drake song.
in the city.
that he
Sure.
posted today.
Sure. I did. That song's fire. Like, to be honest, yeah, like,
I was hearing people shitting on that verse, like not gonna
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
on the Drake verse.
It's not obviously it's
Yeah.
not the best Drake verse ever. Definitely not even close. But like, it wasn't bad. The set I was listening to this song in the gym, so my focus on it wasn't as much as it maybe should have been, because I feel like maybe listening. How do you guys listen to an album first time? Like, are you like doing something, or are you actually just
It
like,
depends on like what the
if
album
it's like
is.
Depends on the album.
if it's one right if
Like
it's
if it was a Thug or a Gunna, maybe I would do it in the like gym or working out just because.
That's what I was
This
doing.
was
So
a-
I
Not
wasn't
to sit down.
taking in.
Both.
So I wasn't taking in every word. I wasn't like taking in the beat, or even sometimes even when the song changed, like I didn't even notice. So I
But-
was like softly listening to it.
But I will say, even if you're softly listening,
Yeah.
you know when something's hard.
Yeah, 100%. And that did stand out. Drake has 2 features on there. There's a lot of features on there. It's like a super feature heavy album for sure. Who else is on there? Travis is on there, I believe.
Lil Got It.
Got It's on there. I can't remember everyone. There's a few smaller names on there.
I got it.
If you can pull it up,
I got it.
It's not. I have terrible memory
This
when
is
it.
very. We're very prepared, guys.
It had
Future.
Future. Yeah, the Future song is really good.
Yeah, Gotti.
The Future song is really good.
21,
for sure. 21,
Uzi.
21 songs. Uzi. Yep. Okay, now it's coming.
Slime,
It's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me
Nate
now.
Ruess.
That song was okay.
That song
So yeah, the songs with the features were better. Like his solo songs, I felt like were like weaker. To be honest, that's just me. So without the features, like it definitely would have been like a weaker project. The Drake features are good. The first song, Paradise, Parade on Cleveland. That's a really good song. I like it. I just felt like, honestly, like truly, there's probably like 4 songs on there I actually really like, and then there's definitely a lot of filler that I felt were just like, it's just filler. Like it's just like songs that I probably wouldn't listen to again. So it's not a project that I would be like listening top to bottom all the time. It's just a fact. Like I go back to like some of the main hits, and that's really it. So I wouldn't say it's like an amazing album. Not even close to his like better ones. But I liked it. It's fine. Yeah, like I don't know
This is Young Thug's worst album.
exactly. Like, and I, you know what? I don't even disagree with that. To be honest, like, sure, when you look back at what he's done, yeah, this probably is his weakest album.
But
I wouldn't say it's trash, but
yeah, it's not trash. It's just his weakest album. But for obvious reasons, these are all throwaway tracks. This was not recorded
100%.
recently.
And that's how I felt. That's
Yeah.
basically what I was trying to say.
This is just something to put out, get some extra lawyer dollars out of there, kind of lean into the whole situation with YSL with Gunna,
Yeah.
and kind of capitalize on that whole situation. So he kind of just threw this together. You could tell the only songs that, the songs were incomplete, and he went out and got verses from people to finish up the songs, and then dropped this.
I don't disagree with that. That's basically what I think too.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
This was the most. It's funny. It sounds like hate, but it's like I could just tell it was kind of a rushed effort.
Didn't feel like together. It didn't feel
There's
put
no
together.
cohesiveness.
Production
really.
wasn't that good.
It didn't feel like an album.
No.
It felt like it almost did. The way it started, it felt like an album. I'm like, oh shit, Drake's on the phone. Calling Thug in jail.
Yeah, it's like a strong start, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
Like that song's the best one, and
it's
then
a
it's just
strong
like
start.
it starts up here and it fucking nosedives pretty quick.
I have-
and then like by the end, I was just like snoring. Like
I've listened to it 3 times. I only have one favorite song on there called Mad Dog.
Hmm.
That's a no feature song.
actually, that song might have been the best one that he was solo on. Yes,
Yeah,
actually.
Mad
that
Dog
song I remember.
is my favorite song.
It's near the end, right?
That one
Yeah.
feels like an album cut. It feels
Yeah, yeah.
like a story. It has different moments. It has ups and downs in the song. It's just a great feeling overall with that. I was bumping that on the way here actually.
But yeah, the features definitely made it.
Features everybody
way
definitely
more-
came through.
Yeah.
I would say honestly, Travis stood out the most to me.
Yeah, both his songs, like the Abracadabra and the one with 21.
He was low key, and he hasn't done this in a while. He was low key spitting. Like Travis hasn't rapped in a while, and this is the first time I've heard him say stuff other than "yeah" or his usual.
It's
ad-libs.
lit.
It's lit. Hey, it's lit. This is the first time he hasn't said that as much, and he really delivered personally for me. It gets me a little bit excited for his album, even though I still don't know when that's supposed to be dropping.
Yeah, I don't know about that shit, bro.
That's
I
been
don't
in
know
the
about that
works
shit just
for a
because
long ass
the-
time.
The marketing has been so weird.
Yeah.
Everybody just has briefcases.
What's the
Yeah.
name of that song? Album? It's
Utopia.
called-
Utopia.
Right. Hasn't
But,
that been in works for a minute?
Well,
Yeah, mans.
yeah.
I know like mans who are like fans of his, who are keeping tracks of like the release dates and stuff.
This was
Apparently, it was
before-
supposed to be coming out this past week, and supposed to be coming out before that. Like
But,
it's supposed to have
they
been
me-
out for a while
Didn't
now.
it like got mentioned years ago? though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is back when the whole concert controversy
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Like back when the people died at his concert. Like they were talking about it back then.
Yeah.
I think that set it back a lot. that
Yeah,
whole
they
shit.
definitely set it back.
Yeah.
But he does that. He hypes you up for his projects. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because he did that with Rodeo,
Yeah,
and he did that with the other one. What's the other one that with Sicko Mode was on?
yeah.
Astro World.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Astro.
yeah.
He
Astro
talked
World
about
was
those for,
hyped
like,
for a while.
I talked about both of those albums for like 2-3 years before they actually.
Yeah,
dropped it,
he's
so-
one of those guys that you hear about an album. There's a few artists that do that. You know what I mean? You hear about they just drop a name for it, and then it's like people are like, "Where is it? It's been
Yeah,
years now."
yeah.
It's like in the works, man. Like it's gonna happen.
But yeah, definitely Thug's worst album to date. But again, I'm not really blaming him. It's just the situation that they're in, so it's forgivable. And again, this is not the worst music ever. It's just not up to his usual standard, which is up there, you know?
Yeah.
I'll talk about the Gunna shit. Unless anything else you want to say about Thug's shit?
No, I mean you nailed it. Like that's
Yeah.
like basically what you're saying makes so much sense. That's how you basically worded it better than me. That's how I feel.
Yeah, just
yeah,
situation.
100%. Yeah.
Gunna's album dropped like a week or two before that. That one was good. Good album. It is a different vibe for Gunna. He's definitely addressing a lot of things on the album. Obvious things. Snitching stuff. People turning their back on him. No features on the album.
Yeah.
Because, nobody fucks with him right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that guy has so much hate.
You could tell when you listen to the album, you can tell that nobody fucks with him. Different types of beats, and once again, no features, no extra support, but he delivers. A lot of good tracks on that album. I would say the only downsides to that album is him talking about the same shit. We get it. People don't like you. You allegedly snitched, but you don't feel like you did. We get it.
Yeah. It feels more like an EP topic.
Yeah.
Like a mixtape topic.
It comes to a point where you're like almost halfway through the album. You're like, okay, bro, I get it. Can I get something else instead?
Yeah.
And then right when you're thinking that, you finally do. He finally hits you with just a regular hard track, flexing track. You're like, thank God.
Yeah.
But then he gets back into it again.
Yeah.
But there's one track on there. I don't know, bro. It's he does something, and he just does something with his voice,
Can't play.
and it's so good. Pause. What's it called? Turned Your Back. If when you guys have the chance, listen to that. It's just a very emotional song, bro. And he's just talking about everybody that turned their backs on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Da. But yeah, Gunna delivered definitely with this album. I think he sold around 80K. Thug is supposed to sell around 110, 120, something like that, which is, I predicted both of those would probably be around those numbers. So that's cool to see. But since we need to compare, yes, Gunna's album is better. If you're going to listen to either of these albums, listen to Gunna's first, then go ahead and listen to Thug's.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Would you, if you had the choice, would you call both of them albums? Like, if you could be like, yo, Thug, call it a mixtape, or yo, Gunna, call it an EP or a mixtape.
So now this is the thing.
Are they albums?
Young Thug's is an album. Because you could tell there's a difference. The production's there.
Yeah, yeah.
The production's there. The features are there. The quality is kind of there.
It's just rushed, like you said.
It's just rushed.
Rushed,
Yeah.
and maybe not as much care put into it as like
It was just stuff that was kind of done.
a little bit slapped together.
But that's also because like he's like a top level artist. So like there's a level that I feel like these guys get to where they can't release stuff.
Ass.
Yeah, they can't release stuff that's not an album. Even, like Drake did it technically with
Drake's done that so
with
many
the playlists but I feel like that also was just him. Like people don't even consider whatever that one was a playlist or with the other one.
Multiple.
Like they just call them albums and they compare them as albums. But like I feel like these artists, once you get to a certain level, you can't release anything that's not an album. You know what I mean? I feel like that's holding artists back or like giving them criticism that they don't deserve. Like if Thug's like, yo, your album's trash, he wouldn't take offense as much as people might think, 'cause it's not like he's putting in the same amount of work as he did into like another album of his, like Barter or something. Or
And again, I forgot to say it earlier. With Thug's album, this is the first time I've ever understood every word he said.
that's crazy.
Right
yo,
off the top, like
you're
right at
right.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Without me having to replay
bro,
this
you
shit.
say
Weird,
that,
yeah,
you
yeah.
say that, and he was very clear.
He's very clear.
Like I'm like, that's why I'm like, this isn't like
Only
normal Thug, bro. He's
only
like,
on Mad Dog
pronouncing
where they finally start quick tweaking the auto tune a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you can like. I'm like, this is even Thug, bro.
I'm like, this guy's speaking English right now.
Yeah.
Like, this guy sounds like a lyrical rapper right now. Like, this guy sounds like Common or something. Like, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
He's not mumbling. He's not mumbling.
Yeah, there's no room for misinterpretation. You could hear everything he's fucking saying. It was weird.
Yeah.
But again, I think that just has to do with, let's put this album out. Fuck all that other shit. Let's just get this shit out. But yeah, definitely, Young Thug has a better album.
Mm-hmm.
The better project, or whatever you want to call it, is Gunna's.
Set of songs, yeah.
Set of songs is
Yeah,
Gunna's.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Why is Thug the better project?
Again, just because of the
Album.
how it felt, the way it began with Drake on the phone with him. You're like, ooh, we're gonna. You feel like the way you think it's gonna. What am I trying to say? The way it starts, you think that this album was recorded in jail, which adds a bit of some excitement.
That's what I
to it.
through
But then as you
There's
go
him in the
through
courtroom and the
you're
photo.
like, no.
It's not. This is
Yeah.
like pre-recorded shit.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is all pre-recorded, but it doesn't sound bad. It sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
And Metro's on it doing production, so
Well,
it's just
the-
like
the Metro
quality-
production is there.
Yeah, exactly. The whole quality of the package is there.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, Thug just has more resources and pulled it
Yeah,
together better.
yeah, exactly. But that's what
Thug.
makes it a better album.
Everyone's gonna hop on a Thug song. Like,
Yeah, that's what makes it a better album,
Mm-hmm.
though. It's that he was able to put these things together and just make it happen. Gunna's situation's obviously different, but it is a better body of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Was there like filler on Gunna's album, or like both of them? Like, you think they?
There is
could've been cut down?
definitely.
I mean, that's like, I feel like every fucking thing that comes.
Gunna
out
probably
today,
tried
there's
harder
filler.
for sure.
Gunna tried harder because
more
of the
to prove.
The content on there is just. It's not. It's
He has
barely
something to
flexing.
say. Sorry, what?
It's barely flexing. He has a lot to say.
He has more to say.
Yeah.
He has something to prove.
Yeah.
Something to explain.
Yeah.
Thug's just like, you might be right, man. You might
it's
really
kinda
just want
apples
like
and
lawyer
yeah,
money.
It's very much apples and oranges comparing it, because you have one artist who was like, the whole project has come together because he has this like he has a lot to say about this one thing, whereas the Thug album is probably just this compilation of just shit that he's done
Yeah.
over the
And
years.
the money thing might be a
Yeah.
genuine factor, but yeah,
Yeah, obviously, yeah, of
I mean,
course.
yeah.
Yeah. You're paying a lot for lawyers.
I mean, he's
right
probably going through some financial
now.
issues.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check out both of the projects. They're both good. Gunna's is just a little bit better. It does get a little bit repetitive with the shit that he's talking about, but it's definitely good. He has some shit you can pull off of there. And then yeah, Thug's album's great as well. Just
All right, I'll listen to
be
Gunna's.
prepared to be a little underwhelmed at no response to anything that's going on, understandably. And
And I don't know. I don't know if
Random
I'd want to
tracks.
hear anything. Like, what would you want to hear from Thug's perspective? Really, you know, like,
Man, I just wanna
you just
know-
want to hear the beef. You just want to.
we just want to know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Man,
I don't know.
because I don't know if you guys saw there right before the album dropped. Nobody knows if this is real or if it's AI yet. But this audio leaked of Young Thug on the phone, and he's talking to Lil Durk, and on another call he's talking to Lil Baby, and he's like, "Yo, if there's anything you want to say to that fuck nigga, don't say it on your albums. Yo, say it on mine."
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
This came up before the album dropped, so everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And then you hop into the album, no Durk, no Lil Baby.
Yeah. See, that would have been crazy. Like, if you had the voicemail of him talking to Baby and Dirk,
Yeah.
and being like, "Yo, if you wanna go off,
Yeah.
this is the time." And
Exactly.
then that's the setup for the album. Then that's crazy.
Exactly. So everyone's hype. Everyone's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we're good." So that's what makes you think when you're going into this album. Oh, this guy recorded this in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you hear the first track with Drake spitting, and then you hear him on the phone with Thug, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh my god, are we getting bars through the phone?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no. That's what I thought too.
Nope.
That's annoying, because
Yeah.
like, I feel like if we had unlimited money, like, we would have done that just because that's sick. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like, because people want to fucking see that. Like, I would have
Yeah.
made a whole video off of that. Like,
Yeah.
FaceTime, fucking, you're in the what do you call it? The visiting room. What do you know?
visiting
like,
room and shit.
Yeah, like, you're there, fucking making the video, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, let me do a quick shout out to somebody we talked about 2 episodes ago that we didn't want to shout out because he might kill us.
Yeah.
But shouts out top 5, bro. He just dropped his album. I did not listen to it. I'm not interested.
Say word.
But he dropped a video with G Herbo, right?
Say word.
This guy is locked up in jail for murder, right?
Top 5, right?
Why did he record the video in his cell?
That's sick.
And he got it out.
That's
He
sick.
got
And he
the
got
footage
the video
out.
That's sick.
How, bro?
I can't be mad at that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if anybody's done that.
People have tried. People have done the whole in visitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He was in his cell,
That's crazy.
chilling by the toilet and shit.
That's
like
crazy.
That's crazy.
on iPhone. He's
Yeah, I
recording the
gotta
shit on
watch
iPhone.
Pedro Activated. Is that the album?
Yeah. And he has lots of features on there, man.
Six
He-
Buzz promoted.
when he was on the run, you could tell he went to work. So he has bare features. Like every track is basically a feature.
Rikio the Ruler.
Yeah, he has bare people on
R.I.P.
there.
That guy did.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he passed. Yeah,
Yeah, Nardo Wick. Mm-hmm. Okay.
his bare man's on there, and they were all reposting his shit too.
Asian Doll. Really? YG.
Yeah,
Pressa.
yeah.
Wow. Tory Lanez. Another
bro.
man locked up. Was
Jeez.
about to be.
Free Tory, bro.
Shit. Tory Lanez.
Free
bro.
Tory.
Casper.
Yeah, man.
I've been hearing some of the new Casper songs too on YouTube. Like
They're
Lil-
not bad.
Yeah,
I'm still
Lil-
trying to get back
Lil
into it. I don't
Zay
trust
Osama.
them yet. But
Yo,
Yeah.
these are crazy features
Yeah,
actually. For like a
exactly.
Toronto Man album, this is like
he worked hard when he was on the run. He
Wow.
worked hard, bro. He worked hard.
wow.
I'll give him his props. That's the one thing I like about Top 5. That there's a lot of hate that I spew towards him just because I don't genuinely like him, but he works hard.
He's gonna kill us now.
I can't hate on I can't hate on his what's the word? Determination,
yeah.
perseverance,
Yeah.
and his work ethic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is always doing something crazy, saying something crazy, but then he does shit like this where I'm just like, you know what? How many mans would really shoot the video in jail and somehow get the footage to demand them
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
could cut it up
Yeah.
in the G Herbo video?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? I can't hate on that. So shout out to Top 5 for that one little thing that you did there. And for
I mean,
your-
if like, Gucci couldn't do that,
Yeah.
Max B couldn't do that,
what
like
I'm
that's
saying.
crazy.
Some
you know?
top
Exactly.
guys who have been in jail for a while.
for a
Yeah.
while.
They had time to figure it out and like make it happen. You know what I mean? And they didn't-
Exactly.
Bobby Schmurda.
Exactly.
Someone.
Like Schmurda had a deal. Like those guys, like the whole company could have been fucking setting that up from time.
Yeah,
to time.
maybe they could have found a way.
Yeah,
But when you do shit like that, his whole cell was raided. The whole prison
yeah.
probably got fucking raided. They're looking for all types of
He
phones
probably
and shit, man.
probably went into
Probably-
the fucking like I don't know.
He fucked up everybody's situation
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he probably got
But,
more time. I don't even know, bro.
Hey, do what you got to do, man. I'm not gonna hate on it. So Ian, he hasn't been wanting to. I shouldn't say he wanted to, but he wrote a topic down a couple weeks ago that I thought was arguable
Drizzy Drake.
about Drake.
Drizzy Drake.
Drake kind of falling back.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with it. I wanted to talk about it on the podcast, but we just had other topics at the time of the shit was going on. And it was never really like a main, we don't need to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
You could always come back to that. But Drake just decided that he just announced a new album. It's called Fat D.
Yeah.
Which goes with the poetry book that he's writing.
He
Or
wrote it.
he
It
wrote
came
it.
out, and
It
then he
came out.
wrote it.
So I haven't
announced
read the
album.
poetry book. Have you guys read the
No,
poetry
I'm
book?
not fucking reading that shit, bro.
Titles ruin everything. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Some shit. Okay.
I will say the cover looks sick because it's like the book is like the book is laid out like that. Imagine you're looking at the back of the book and then it's like titles ruin everything. It's like goes across the whole like front
Okay.
like two pages of the the front and the back cover. Like it looks cool.
And we're gonna get this book at like
design is always
chapters.
obviously cool, And then he had this really
Can I
small
buy
like
like chapters? Some.
the small like
Can I go to
press
OVO.com?
release, what do you call it? Yeah, of like what do you say? Like they want me to go back to old Drake, girl, don't tempt me or some shit
Yeah,
for all
that's-
the dogs.
That's what it
For all the
says.
dogs.
That's
Yeah.
literally what it says.
What does that mean?
For all the dogs?
So he
Besides
said
Fat D?
he said this is what kind of confused me, and I like I didn't try to think about it too much, but I'm like he said girl, don't tempt me. This is for all the dogs. So is this an album for the mandem? Is that what the whole thing is about? It's like
Was he
don't-
tempted?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, is this like a half and half? Is that the whole thing? Is like
It's like
he's
sometimes
like,
he makes albums for,
Because
the
what
ladies.
is old Drake? Is old Drake rapidy rap Drake or is he is
Said
he
you miss
slow
old
jam
Drake,
R&B
girl,
Drake?
Don't tempt me.
Is it both?
The old Drake is singing. I
Singy,
I
yeah.
think the old Drake is singy. Like you go back to like sweatpants, hair ties,
his
till the
his
window.
you know
yeah,
his-
like
the
you know what I
whole-
mean.
His whole
Like,
thing
come
of
on, dude.
getting into this thing was him being barred up while he was in Degrassi, writing all these notes out. So I feel like that's what he, or I don't know. I don't know. They're both old Drake, right? Like
I was gonna say,
yeah,
they're both Lil Drake. If you
Yeah.
go back to his first project, which was not none of that singing shit,
yeah,
it was him barring up with Lil Wayne.
yeah.
So I don't know. This leads to another thing though. The problem with consistent Drake. Again, as a fan of Drake, I'm here to offer some critiques. And this is not a bad critique. It's a critique because we appreciate what you've done for us. But maybe it's time you do what Ian was trying to talk about the other day and actually fall back.
Oh, so you are saying maybe
No. Because what you were trying to say at the time was
he's not doing it on purpose.
No, you were trying to say he was not in the spotlight as much, but I didn't agree because I'm like, yes, he is.
Sure, if you look at the numbers, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
and
Those numbers.
when you were trying to talk about that, he dropped a track with who? That summary track that just dropped. Was it J Hus or somebody?
Yeah.
He just dropped that track.
pretty hard though.
With them, yeah. So I'm with him. So I'm just like, no,
Yeah, well, his ability to stay relevant's insane.
exactly. So Drake has been relevant for over 10 years now.
Fucking yeah,
About 10 years,
yeah, but it's
and every year he's been the greatest, right?
like a slow. I just know those are up there. Slow. I think it's like a slow. It's like slow, man. It's like
A slow decline.
slow. It's slow. It's not. He's not flatlining. Like it's like
Let's do it. What was the last good Drake album? I know we had this
Views.
conversation, but it was Views.
Yeah,
Views.
That's the first thing that comes to my head. I would say like the
three more
playlist
albums,
was,
bro,
after
and
that,
he's
right?
like Eminem. He's like
More
three more
Life.
albums, and he's like Eminem, where it's like Eminem hasn't put out a good album since
More Life, Scorpion.
You know what I'm saying? Like
He put some.
It would
like,
be
meat-
considered like you're dead. Like after that.
I mean,
You know what
we like the
Like-
what's the dance album called?
Honestly, never mind.
Yeah. Like that one is good.
But it's not his greatest work.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to compare him to Eminem. Okay, that's a weird comparison, but Eminem still gets the crazy numbers, right? He has a crazy fan base still,
But it's different.
but he's been like trash since.
It is. Yeah. I get what you mean.
How
It
long?
is
I get what
different.
you mean.
Yeah. it
You
is
get what I
different,
mean?
though, yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's
Because Drake
different,
doesn't
get what
have
you
that.
mean.
Like,
but he's heading there.
Drake doesn't have
If-
that fan base where it's
Yeah.
like, it's tough, because like Eminem, I feel like Eminem fans know that their guy isn't mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, at least.
Yeah.
Whereas Drake is still like
Eminem's not
not
mainstream
like
anymore.
mainstream hated.
Eminem's
you know, like,
mainstream
in
when
general.
he's putting out music.
Yeah.
Drake seems to be mainstream even when he hasn't put out much.
Yeah.
For a bit, you know what I mean? Or he'll just do what he did, throw that one track out. He'll find a hot artist at the time
Yeah.
and put out an album. To be
And
honest,
like,
like
the other thing with Drake is
he's
I feel
probably,
he's
like-
like pop now too, whereas Eminem is
Honestly,
like he
like-
was pop and now he's niche.
he's
you know?
probably regretting ripping on Ice Spice early on because he's probably like, damn, maybe I wish I was on an Ice Spice song.
No.
I could see him like being on one,
No.
but like he ripped on her so early that it'd be weird to start now. You know what I mean? Like,
That still would have been one of those things where it would have been better for Ice Spice than him though. Like
Yeah,
he's
but
not
he-
getting anything from Ice
it,
Spice's
yeah,
hype,
no
you
matter
know.
what.
he doesn't get it, but he doesn't get a lot out of most artists.
Yeah,
Like he's not getting anything out of the
He's doing
Thug album.
favors for mans.
Yeah,
He's not getting anything out of the Thug album, for example.
Yeah.
That's a favor.
Yeah.
Shouted out his album
Yeah.
when it came out. Co-signed it, you know. Like showed me.
yeah.
You're right. I think there's very few things he gets out of like from music now, like unless it's his own, like from other people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all like whatever he's doing for his own projects. And
For a while, I
Yada,
think
yada,
it was
yada.
like, you know,
Like-
him getting on Amigos or him getting on like a McConan. There was a little bit of like
Sure.
putting on somebody who's relatively unknown, bringing them up, and then also like putting him on in that same process. Whereas now it's kind of like it's more just doing the favor for that person rather than what it does for his career.
there's not much.
But the thing that it does for his career is like like we said, keep him
keep them
him up.
keep them in
conversation.
the
Yeah,
numbers. Keep
yeah.
the numbers up. Keep the conversations up. Keep the stream numbers up. Yeah, 100%. You know.
Yeah, there's just been a steady decline with him
I would
That's
say
how the game is now,
Since
like-
2016, yeah.
since views.
That's how the game is now. Like I
Yeah.
hate to say it, like Kendrick's fallen off. Still
Yeah,
puts
yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
music, but like you have now like Kendrick, like the generationally or whatever you want to say, like Kendrick's fallen off. Like if Kendrick does concerts now and like there's kids in the audience that don't even know who the fuck he is. Like
Yeah.
like we're at that point now. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, they were
You saw
bored.
that shit where everyone was like that clip where everyone was bored at a Kendrick album concert or whatever. There was like he performed at like a decently big festival and like he didn't like visually it didn't seem like that crowd was that into it and it was like crazy to me. It was crazy because it's Kendrick. It's fucking
Yeah.
Kendrick, dude. He's like top 5 rappers alive
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like
They like even if they don't know whatever Good Kid, Mad City, or
Yeah.
like they should treat him like the way that we treated Nas or something, where it was like, you know, like
Yeah.
he's, if he's not your legend, he's like the previous generation. He's like a legend
He's
in
a
hip hop.
legend, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's interesting. There was a person recently who. They were like trying to get somebody to sing along at a concert and nobody fucking knew the words. I can't remember who it was. It was like 2 days ago.
It's a lot
Someone
of people.
popular?
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
can't remember the clip.
Rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was trying to do the call and response thing, and like nobody fucking like it was
Really?
just dead. Yeah.
But that's honestly I
oh
think-
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, yeah.
He was trying to
Oh,
do the
yeah.
first class, and he was like teasing it. He was, you know,
That's
like no
weird.
music was playing. He was like, "I've been whatever," and like nobody fucking knew
I'm
the
gonna-
words. Yeah,
First class.
But I will say, audience these days are trash.
yeah.
That wasn't
whole-
Jack Harlow's relevant, so I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah,
That's a whole
yeah,
other
yeah,
conversation, though. Audience these days are ass. Everybody buying tickets. We've kind of had this conversation.
Are not the fans.
Are not actually fans.
They're
There's
just
people with some
the,
money.
they're the elite, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're right.
The
They're
people
not.
who are they have an Instagram following.
Yeah.
They have their own fans to pretend that they're like here's me doing this thing.
They're just
you
people
know?
with money. You're right. They're not like there's like a small group of mega fans in there that fucking drop their paycheck and a
Yeah.
half on it. Most people are not doing that. Yeah, you're right. Most are probably just fucking rich white people
Yeah. That's what
that just go to concerts all the time.
Yeah.
like they're just dropping bands every weekend, like on concerts and stuff like that. Like it's
What,
nothing.
what will this album do for Drake's legacy? What are we expecting this to do? I'm putting up the LeBron
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
How does this affect
Yeah.
Drake's legacy?
That is, you know, it's interesting. Like there is that kind of similarity with Drake and LeBron in terms
Yeah.
of like what, you know,
we know you're great, but
Drake
there's
just
been
took a
that decline.
shit. What is Drake's shit
Yeah.
gonna do for his career now? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like everything matters. Yeah, but yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I don't think it's gonna do much in terms of like I don't have any high expectations for this album. I don't think it's gonna be that album that we've been asking for. I think
For
since
years.
this podcast started,
Yeah.
where it's like we want him to, you know, like come up with
Give me something great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we've been waiting for that alley oop. You've been alleying, and we haven't seen the oop yet.
Yeah, I just seen a lot of this.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a little like whoop,
Yeah.
a little easy one, you know. Just
Yeah.
like, whoop. Oh, okay. Yeah,
We haven't seen that. You know,
Yeah,
like
I
I
need
haven't
a
seen
dunk.
that.
I need
Yeah.
a dunk.
Yeah.
I need a fucking dunk. Hard one, good one.
I just want a good Drake album. I've been missing good Drake albums.
Yeah.
It's not like he's dropping ass either.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
it goes back to all of our conversations as previous. Everything's just mid.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
Everything's just mid. This Thugger album's mid, if you really want to look at it. This Gunna album's mid, if you really
Yeah,
want
like
to
the
look
way
at
we were talking about it. Yeah, it's like sure, you know, relatively they're good, you know, but in general, like if you're talking about like we're talking about best albums.
If
all
we're
time.
thinking about it, we're breaking it down.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, we're gonna look at these albums like all the other top great
Yeah,
albums
exactly.
of
Yeah.
all time.
like
I
we're
have a
Anthony
crazy
Fantano
theory,
now.
guys.
These are all mid, bro.
these are all mid.
Crazy
Yeah.
theory. What if it's not mid? And our taste has just changed.
But that's also, I mean, that is something I've thought about. But
You know what I
I've
mean? We're
thought
just-
about it
we're
and I
old heads.
refuse to accept that.
They're old
Yeah,
heads,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
the kids are like, "Yo, this
No.
is crazy."
No.
Like this shit
No.
that just came out. This is like their fucking nothing was the same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
like
yeah,
this is
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
If this is your nothing was the same, that's ass.
Yeah.
But what if we're just sounding like old heads? You know what I mean?
No,
Like, you ever
I'm
think
not.
about that?
I'm
yo?
not sounding
Look
like an
yourself
old
in the
head.
mirror, like, fuck,
I'm
I'm
still
old.
hip. I'm still young. I'm still jiggy.
No,
with
we're not
it.
old. We're not old. But
You know?
but that is a genuine thing to bring up. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you know we sound like there's been. It's
don't-
not
I
like
don't-
the people, like those people who you know only
I
refer
don't hear a
to
lot of
good
new-
hip hop was
like,
from
people
the
talk about new
'90s.
albums saying like no
right?
skips. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nobody says that anymore because they be lying. And when they do, they're fucking lying out of their teeth when they're like, "Yo, no skips on this project, bro."
Fucking
like,
liar.
Get the hell out of here. There's 28 songs. You're not,
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Dude, I can only say that for like less than a handful
Exactly.
of albums.
That's the problem.
That
is
are
people,
no skip.
They
bro.
exaggerate, and they're
And
like,
you know
"Yo,
what?
this
They're
is a
usually the short
classic,"
albums too,
you know?
like fucking 10 songs.
They have to be.
They have
Yeah.
to be.
Because those are actually good
You
albums.
can't
Yeah.
keep people entertained every single song that's 20
These guys
songs.
these
bro.
guys are making albums that are hour and a half long for what?
I mean, this Thugger one was a little shorter. It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So
It was
about
It
average.
was an easier listen.
average length. Not
But also,
short.
that's one of those things now where like those albums now seem shorter.
Yeah.
In comparison to like
That's why
you
I
know,
like
new
songs like
now, yeah.
albums like Yeezus, for example. It's like 10 songs.
35 minutes or
It's
something.
perfect.
It's my
Like,
favorite album.
That's one of my favorite albums from Kanye. You know what I mean? It's short and concise. It's different. It was different too, ahead of its time, actually. But yeah, and a lot of people didn't like that shit when it came out too. A lot of people hated that shit.
I just want a good album from Drake, bruh.
Yeah. I need
Yeah.
I believe
something out
he
of
could totally do it. I just
Something-
don't know where the mark is being missed.
something at least at a views level. At least.
Yeah.
At least at a views level. That's like bare minimum, right? But we're looking more like a Take Care level. I don't know if he can go to Nothing Was the Same or fucking. I don't know if he can go that good, but maybe.
What's
That'd
the
be
formula? What's
crazy.
the formula for that? 40? Not a crazy amount of features. Keep it.
That one's
tight.
more singy.
Don't fucking-
That one's
yeah,
more
don't
singy too.
fucking
So maybe
try
we
to-
confirm singy Drake
Yeah.
is better. I don't know. Like,
No, he was rapping. Like
yeah, it was a
yeah.
mix. That's a mix.
mix.
I think that was a
That's
nice
a
mix, but it's not like Scorpion where it's like A side, B side. Like it was
Yeah.
better. It was better.
Yeah, see, Scorpion is an example of him feeding into, or just like just like that's how albums started to turn in that direction of like, let's make it fucking 30 songs. The thing that he tried to do that was different was like, let's make it A side, B side, but nobody fucking cares about that if it's 30 songs an hour or whatever long. Like nobody's listening to it like that. And then also, I guess, I don't know. I guess do you think with like regular or like casual Drake fans, there is that kind of divide? Like people only like one thing, or the singy or the rappy, or like.
I think so. I've heard it personally.
Yeah.
Some people just prefer this over
Yeah.
that.
Because like I'll when he drops a blank AM in whatever, like I know people would be like, this is the Drake that I want. And then when do the slow jam, I like both. Like
I like
I
both.
want both on an album, but I don't want it to be so fucking far from each other too. You know,
I don't want
what
it to be so ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that last album,
Even when you think about the singy stuff, like when's the last time he dropped a slow jam that was like, like nasty, like why you keep, when's the last time, like,
Passion Fruit.
yeah, probably.
So I
I
was
guess.
thinking about-
yeah,
Passion Fruit Joker.
yeah.
He had
You know what I'm talking about, right?
he had a chance with the Dark Lane. I think Dark Lane demo tips.
Yeah,
his
yeah,
last
yeah.
good
That was his last good project.
good project where it was like from top to bottom. You're like,
Yeah.
this is a good amount of work.
It was
you know what I
during
mean?
COVID too.
And
Right?
on that he had that Chris
Right?
Brown feature.
That's
That
one
went
with Tootsie
nowhere.
Slide, right? That one. The fucking
Was that? I think
the
so.
Dark Knight.
I think so.
Dark Knight. Dark. What's it called? Dark Lane.
Dark
demo
Lane.
tapes.
That was during COVID too, at a time where people were like really like focusing, just had time to listen to stuff and like.
Not You Too featuring Chris Brown, and he didn't even actually feature Chris Brown on that. That would have been the one. If Chris Brown got a verse on that, that would have been the one.
And that last Drake album, the one that's different, the
Honestly,
dance
never
one,
mind.
dude, that's probably hands down my least. I barely listen to that thing.
That's the only project I listen to still.
Really?
I listened to that the other day.
You don't listen to anything else? Not his old stuff?
Not really.
I'm always listening to The Views or Take Care
No.
or Nothing Was the Same.
Nope.
I'm always, not always, but I'm listening to those quite a bit. I listen to the fucking If You're Reading This. You don't listen to that?
Nope.
Okay.
I listen to Honestly Nevermind.
That's the thing I listen to the least, bro.
Because I was one of the people that was like, this, I don't think this is the best music. This is not the best dance music in the world. But I appreciate the approach. And he has some slaps on here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of slaps on here. Especially that Liability. That's a crazy fucking song. Falling back, right into Text Go Green, then going into Currents.
Listen to
It's just
Scorpion
crazy.
more than that, bro.
Then going into the Keeper, it's just kind of crazy. If you really just look at it and you sit down and you actually pay attention, it's fire.
I gotta listen to this top 5 album.
I also like what that album is like. You know what you're getting, and I
Yeah.
feel like maybe if he did that, and I don't know. I actually like when I try to think of him doing just like a pure rap album. Like I don't know if I'd want that.
I thought I did.
Yeah, but like I could see an EP of like pure slow jams in that kind of dark lane kind of lane, and like maybe even and he did it. I think he did an EP that was like rap kind of shit, just like a Calif 5 AM and something Calabasas. There's one of those on an album, like a small project.
Yeah.
Like he could do those, just kind of like these 4-track EPs, but I don't know. We also do still need like an album that's like an album, because obviously he can do that.
Yeah.
I think
2013 to 2016, bro. That was peak Drake. Just looking at the projects.
Yeah.
13
Yeah.
to 16.
Yeah, nothing
Those
was
4
the same
years.
if you're reading this.
Those 4
and
years. If you're
views,
reading
yeah.
this, What a Time to Be Alive views.
And like
Yeah,
in between
yeah.
that, he has crazy features and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those
No
4
New
years
Friends
seem
and
to be
shit.
peak Drake based on history. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So that was it, bro.
Man, I just want the best for you, Drake. Please, just come on, man. Fuck, bro. Jesus fucking Christ.
And the problem is you won't hear this from the people who are giving you money, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what we say too, because you're gonna make money, but it's like you could be making more money, and you could have more of a legacy right now.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Because if this doesn't go well, then you've had way too many years now.
This
where
next
it's
one,
just-
yeah.
We're getting to the point now where it's
No.
like
We
said it on the last one, but this
we'll
next one.
remember. But
Yeah.
like, are we showing our kids because
that will be
showing the next generation your albums that are coming
Yeah,
out now?
Exactly.
You know?
It'll be almost. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I don't care packages like old songs, but I forgot about that shit too.
Yeah, no, Care Package is cool just because, that's
Yeah, well, the songs were bad,
old SoundCloud
but they were
shits.
like bangers. They were all
Yeah.
bangers.
Yeah, that song, that Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Days
Yeah.
of the East.
Yeah,
Days in the
bro.
East.
I was so happy when that dropped on
4 p.m. in
on streaming.
Calabasas.
That's my shit right there.
Calabasas. 5 a.m. Toronto was put on that again.
I still haven't listened to Her Loss ever again.
Mm.
I listened to it once.
There's a couple okay
And
songs on there.
CLB. I listened to once.
Mm.
But I think, okay, well, sorry. And we should just get back to it and wrap up on this. I think the problem is just the consistency. He's blessed us too much that now we're just getting too blessed. And it's like the music is just starting to fall off because he's given us so much of it.
Yeah,
He's
we're
putting
get-
out a
we're
lot
getting-
more than
We're getting used to it.
He's
Yeah.
putting out maybe too much. You're right.
Yeah.
I have to chill.
And it sucks just because you want somebody like him to put it out.
Yeah.
Pause. Was that a pause?
Close enough.
Eh.
Could have been. Depends on your mindset.
You want a top artist to put out this much music and you appreciate them for doing that. But then when you're listening to it, or at least me, a real fan,
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
yeah,
this is just not the quality of music that I'm expecting to get from you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's all. That's what's disappointing.
I know sometimes like there's a bias too. Like when I'm listening, it's like we obviously would be listening as artists, and when I think about him, I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to look at him as like what can an artist who's done everything do once they have everything, and I'm being let down right now. So I'm kind of like, as an artist, I'm like, what's the fucking point if once you get to the top, all you can do is make mid? Because in my head right now, and it's probably not true, but I think it is true. Once you have fucking all the resources you have, you should be able to make the best album. You like the reason I can't make the best album I want to make right now is because I don't have the fucking resources.
Yeah.
So the fact that he has that, it feels like, how are you not now
It's
getting
discouraging
there?
almost.
It's not like
like,
he
it's
has
almost like fuck.
less resources than he did 10
Is
years
reaching
ago.
the
There's
top.
no fucking way. You know what I
Is
mean?
reaching the top. Like,
Yeah.
The goal. Like,
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Apparently
fall
not. Apparently not. It seems to
Because
be.
when you're at the top, the only way is down at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, yeah. You can't stay at the
And
top
I mean,
forever.
that might be a problem with it too. Is like he's kind of his narrative has been, he's been the one for a while now,
so
right?
long,
Since let's say 2016, even maybe before that, like 10 years, like 2013, right?
Yeah.
So once you,
Bro, he said it. He's had a line that I'm like, dude, this guy's like admitting it. This guy has
Yeah.
a line that says, I'm so rich, my music's not even relatable, bro.
yeah.
He fucking said it in one of his songs.
And that's,
I'm like, dude,
I feel like that does alienate.
That's hilarious. 'cause
It
I'm like, it's
alienates
true.
people even if you don't want to. Like people, his biggest fans, even if they want to connect to that, they're like, "Yo, I can't." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of like when your favorite comedian gets famous, it's like, what are they talking about that's funny anymore?
It's like that
or
Kevin
relatable?
Hart fall off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Kevin Hart was actually funny to me for a while.
yeah.
And then,
He starts talking about rich shit, and
and
you're
then all
like,
of a sudden the stadium started happening.
Yeah.
Stadium tours.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
And now he's
How do you do stand up in a stadium?
phoning it
that
in,
sounds
bro.
terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like stand up in a small venue is perfect.
Yeah.
Where you're close enough that they can like.
I think everything in it.
I would argue music as well is
You're
not
right.
is not made for
You're right, but
stadiums.
stand up's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest. That's why the Rogers Center sucks for concerts, and I'm glad they don't do it there very often. That's also because I think not many artists can do it.
Yeah.
But it's also like if they're gonna choose, they're gonna go with AC. Sorry, it's called Scotiabank. Whatever. They're gonna.
ACC,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was called ACC.
ACC and Skydome. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna go with ACC Stadium over
Yeah.
Rogers because it's just
And then
better.
also because
that's
when
as big
the
as it
dome
gets.
opens, like the sound travels,
Yeah,
you don't even
yeah,
hear anything or whatever. Yeah, it's not a good experience to be in those.
Not for concerts,
Yeah,
but whatever. That was a tangent, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Drizzy.
We'll see.
there's just
see.
so much.
I don't know
money
when
in
this is
shit,
coming
bro,
out.
and just mid is coming back at us.
I don't know if
that's
this
the
is
whole
coming
thing.
out soon. What do you guys? He didn't say when, right?
It could-
Is this gonna be a fall
Nah,
release?
it's a fall. He's an October guy.
Yeah,
I'm an October baby too. I know.
When
A
did
lo- I think a lot of his albums come out around September,
Yeah.
October.
September, October.
When did
That seems to be when. Yeah.
what he hyped? There was that album that he hyped, and it didn't come out until was it?
CLB?
It was CLB, right? Yeah. Where he had the whole
Yeah.
teaser that was crazy.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
making
yeah.
jokes. I'm like, what did the kid have to do with it? The kid getting picked up from by an alien.
Yeah.
Like, it made no fucking sense.
Yeah, CLB, another album that's just like forgotten to
Yeah,
me.
bro.
Like CLB, basically the last two. Her loss is with 21. So let's just say the last two, bro. So far from my memory, it's like, and they're the newest albums.
All of them since Views. I don't.
Since Views, but like Dark Demos
Yeah.
was cool, and I still listen to Scorpion quite a bit from
I don't know.
time to
What's
time.
on there?
I listen to Scorpion.
Scorpion has some shit on there that you're just not remembering.
Yeah. I
There's
know.
some shit on
I know.
Scorpion.
Like Mob Ties is cool.
We went in on it that time, and I felt kind of bad after.
I know. I like it's
but it
like-
was still valid.
Blue Tint
Yeah.
Sick in My Feelings, the Mob Ties, 8 out of 10.
There's shit on there.
Non-Stop's a banger. It's not a good song, but it's bangs in the
I
car.
think the problem,
you know what I mean? Like
the
there's-
problem with that album now is, all the songs that are good were played out, and then the ones that aren't are just
Exactly.
very mid. Like
like Ratchet Happy Birthday.
Yeah,
You guys listen to that?
I couldn't recall it like off the top.
I
of my
can,
head.
and the only reason why I'm recalling is because how angry I was when I heard that shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I remember we watched like the Academics live reaction of that shit. I think it was you and I, or I did.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was like at my place or something,
Yeah.
and he was just like, saying this is trash,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, what is this?
No, I can't deal with that shit. Anyways, what are we looking at on time right now? What is that?
48.
48.
We're not flashing yet.
All right, let's just
So
do
you got
this.
like five minutes.
We'll do this. So just because of Drake, Thugger, and all the mid that's been dropping in the hip hop world, hip hop has had no number ones in 2023 so far.
Really?
Yeah, I know, a little surprising.
Huh? I didn't
Even
really
with
think
Ice
about
Spice,
it. She's not number one. She's not number one.
but
She sound. I don't.
her main single dropped.
Which one's that?
Was that this year? No, that was late last
You're
year.
not talking about Munch, are you? Or in her?
But
move?
either way, it would have like been.
It would have been.
like popular. This
What's her
year, I
main? Like the
think.
one with
Yeah.
Nicki? No.
No,
No, Munch and
Munch was last
And
year.
the SpongeBob shit.
Munch was last
Yeah.
year. Munch was way last year.
The SpongeBob shit I thought would have at least been something up close. But yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have no number ones right now. Nobody has dropped a number one album. There have been no number one hit singles either. So it's just been, as we've been saying,
A weak
I don't
year
know.
for hip hop so far.
Hey, Jack
a lot of
Harlow
mid.
could have done it, bro, and he fumbled. So
Fucking Jack.
Like besides Drake announcing, is there any big artists that are gonna put out music this year?
Everybody's just alleged, bro. So it's just you're just waiting right now. Oh, shout out Uzi. He's supposed to be dropping the end of this week.
Right,
Pink
but
Tape.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
dropped the trailer today. I will say the trailer is fucking fire. It's one of the best music album trailers I've ever seen. It's like a 4-minute trailer.
Oh, really?
It's a 4-minute trailer, and it has it's because I'm biased. It has all these Japanese references and shit like that, and
Typical
all these
of
like
Uzi.
anime references and shit. So it's pretty fire.
did you see that Nardwar getting curved by
By
Playboy?
Cardi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. It's
Yeah.
Cardi. like,
yeah.
Whatever.
So what? He pulled up on him and
Yeah, there's a video of him like in the van. I didn't watch it all, but like he was
Yeah,
like
he's
trying
just-
to get him, and
He's
I
trying
think
to
I
get
saw a
attention.
clip
yeah.
about that.
yeah,
I
And he
was
just
just
didn't
like-
give him any attention.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, he's in the van. He's cutting.
yeah,
Whatever. But it is Nardwar at the end of the day.
yeah,
Nardwar is the one guy I'll be like,
yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
you know?
yeah.
Also, just before we go on to break, shout out Chief Keef. He got accepted back into the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Since Tyler Perry bought BET.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Tyler Perry as well. And he got to perform Finito, which was a very legendary moment.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy posted it up on his story. He's like, "Hey, my brother, yo!" It was amazing. That's just historical. Because he got banned years ago from attending any BET activities.
What happened?
He
I don't
just-
remember.
And I'm saying this just for the jokes. He was just being a nigga. Being ignorant and shit.
There was no like specific incident. There was just,
Negrosity.
like, yeah, just like accumulation of That's fucked.
Of ignorant black activities.
Of all the mans though, it's like, bro, like
Yeah.
Chief Keef is not. It's not saying much, but he's not the worst.
He's not the worst. yeah, exactly.
like not by like a mile, bro. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So,
funny.
shouts out Chief Keef, shouts out Tyler Perry, shouts out Mid, and we'll be right back.
yeah.
Saying to yourself who you want to be in 5 years. And then it happens.
that.
You ever watch like
I'm a
Mr.
bum.
Mr. Beast Mr. Beast made a video like that. There's this video of him from like 5, 6, 7 years ago. He's like 17.
How did he make his money again? I don't. I remember watching him. I
Mr.
don't
Beast?
remember. Yeah.
Selling weapons and
I thought you just made a successful YouTube channel. Did you do something else I'm not unaware of? Or
yeah, just YouTube.
But like,
He came up with a formula, him and his buddy, and then
Yeah.
put it to work.
he's just a smart guy.
yeah.
Like he just like I did the most amount of info I got out of it about him was he did a Rogan episode and he did talk a lot about what he did to come up, and it was like there's a formula. Well, I don't know about a formula, but he came up with a formula, and he was just like obsessive about how to go viral. What do I need to do to go viral? What makes videos go viral on YouTube? And he studied that like a fucking crazy person for days and years and like thousands of hours spending how to go viral.
and he executed.
And he just executed it. So he's just a determined, smart guy.
He was the guy that came up with those videos where you say, "Oh, this video has 10 million views." Mm-hmm. That was him.
Yeah.
And yeah, now people just do that shit. Am I turning the thing? You said that. But yeah, definitely, Mr. Beast is just out here doing his thing. Yo. Shout out Mr. Beast, yo. We're happy you didn't go on the little submersible.
The submersible. Well, we were trying to avoid that
That's
topic.
our that's our take. on,
RIP to the 19-year-old that was on there.
Yeah.
Just him.
Just him.
The one who
'Cause I heard
dad dragged
quote.
him on there, and
Yeah, he said he didn't want to
fucking
do
be
it.
on
He
there,
didn't want to
yeah.
do it. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
he's like, oh, this is fucking sketch.
Yeah.
And he,
And now he's dead.
yeah, and potentially maybe it was painless.
Yeah, I know. He was most likely painless. They said it imploded.
You hope
and-
so. Yeah, I hope the explosion is just.
And they say when they implodes like that, hopefully.
Do you think like they're coming out now. We're talking about it.
Yeah,
God
let's just
damn.
go. Whatever.
But
go
do you think there's gonna be a movie about it where they're like,
the documentary?
There was a documentary,
airing
right? Yeah.
this week.
yeah, that's fucking
That's what
no,
was so
but
fucking
but like they're
confusing
gonna
to me because
they're gonna do a real movie starring
went
Kevin
from-
Costner and fucking there's gonna be like some.
They
yeah,
shouldn't.
It's
They
gonna
shouldn't
it's
do
gonna
that,
be
yeah.
like a real movie
Because you know how it's gonna end, and it's gonna like. Why would you want to see something end in a fucking?
Do you think,
I mean,
bro? Do you think like before they died, like they weren't on there that long before
It's
they
like an hour
died?
and a half.
Were they only on there an hour before they died?
About something like
Was
it was
that it?
supposed to be like a 2-hour trip or something,
Oh yeah, maybe
no, it was way
6,
longer
maybe
than that.
6
or
or 8.
something like that.
Not
Or they
that
found
long.
out about it.
Oh
like,
no, it was like
yeah.
an 8-hour.
No,
Yeah.
the tour was like 8 hours.
Yeah, but they didn't make it that far. They
They lost contact with them. And, like,
about
But do you
an
think
hour
they
and a half,
died
yeah.
like pretty quick or?
if
Okay.
it was an implosion,
Because
like they're saying,
then how are they gonna make a movie on being on
Yeah.
a sub for an hour?
bro,
There's gonna be
you're
some-
not even thinking. You're
there's,
supposed
like,
to be
a huge-
creative mind.
There's gonna be a huge like build up to it, like building
Yeah,
it
it's,
and like
it's the story before. It's the week before the 19-year-old's like, oh man, yeah, my fucking dad wants me to go on this fucking.
yeah.
I'm not trying to do it, man. And his mom walks through. Just go, son.
Just go, just keep him
It's
happy.
Father's Day. Your dad
I was
wants
just
to
saying,
go.
like,
He's
I
covering
think.
the
Do you think, like,
costs.
before when they knew they were gonna die, do you think they were just like snapping because the CEO is there?
They probably didn't even know they're gonna
I think
die.
they killed him.
No, that's what we want. Everybody wanted
do you think that's
that
what,
air to run out, and we find them just after the air runs out, and somebody's like eating shit, or
Yeah.
everybody's dead.
Yeah, like
or,
if they kill this guy, there's more oxygen.
Do you think that's why people
Right?
were so fascinated with it? Like, because that was the thing
That's
that
what it
I was
was.
trying to figure out is like, why do people? It sounds bad, but like,
It's-
why the fuck do people care about this?
people care because none of us would put ourselves in that situation.
yeah,
It's a crazy story.
And since somebody did, and they're rich as fuck, it's interesting to see what could happen.
It's richness plus. I wouldn't do that. Plus, Titanic is like
Yeah.
the buzzword.
Just infamous, yeah, Titanic.
I didn't know how close Titanic was to Canada.
Hmm.
I thought that shit happened in fucking Alaska or somewhere else far.
Where was
off
it
in
going?
Europe.
From England to where?
New York.
To
New York. New York.
yeah.
Okay, that's kind of close to
They almost
Canada.
made it.
That's kind
Yeah,
of.
they were right there. Bro.
They almost made it. Fuck.
They really did.
Yeah, they were right
They were
there.
probably like 90% of the way.
Yeah, that fucking
sucks,
sucks.
though. You know, when you get to the end of the fucking level and you die like at the last,
the last
in
little
Mario,
bit.
like the last fucking hole you could drop into.
There's
And
no
it-
checkpoint. You know?
And James, I love James Cameron. Like, I've been there 33 times.
Yeah.
I've been there more than the Titanic captain was on the Titanic.
Yeah, bro.
That's such a weird flex, man.
Because he knows what he's doing. Already. He's a pro. But nah, man.
Yeah, those guys are stupid. I've been there 33
that whole
times.
oxygen theory. No, that's not how.
We always thought they were like running out of oxygen, and they're like, "This motherfucker put us on here," and they fucking killed him.
Yeah, I remember when I seen
And
that
then,
shit.
like-
I'm like, yo, bro. Like, I think maybe that was part of it. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, these guys they only have oxygen for fucking 70 hours. Like, what are they doing right now? That might be the fascination. It's like
That's what I was
But when
thinking.
I heard that, I'm like, yo, bro, these guys don't have no fucking oxygen right now. Like, they're dead. Like, what the hell?
They died like pretty
Yeah.
quick. Yeah.
No, they died quick. And let's say the oxygen lasted, and your scenario happened. The oxygen would still be used up.
Yeah, because these guys are fucking freaking out, and that shit's getting used up,
The
bro.
the
Like,
body. When you die, the man's gonna shit and piss all over the fucking place. All that gas is just gonna eat up everything in there. Decomposition only happens with oxygen. You're done.
Jesus Christ. What if there's a ship that goes down to find the ship that found the ship? Like it's a tour to find. You understand what I'm saying?
Find the ship.
yeah.
No, you understand what I'm saying? What if someone makes this is so insensitive.
Another tour.
What if
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
makes
yeah.
a tour to find the Titan?
This is where they died.
The Titan that died, that died looking at
fucking,
the actual ship.
You see the video game, the Logitech
Dude,
controller,
I didn't
bro.
understand. I thought that was a joke.
It's not.
It's
bro.
real.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I saw that. I'm like, okay, this is a joke. Am I reading the Onion?
Hey, shouts out Logitech, bro.
Yeah, man. Everyone's hating on Logitech, yo. They make some good stuff.
I didn't understand how that was the controller. What?
What do you mean? That was the controller.
Okay.
You never had one?
Yo, all I know
Yo,
is
Kevin, where's yours? Everybody has one.
all I know is like I don't know who's
Everybody
getting
got one of those fucking shit ass controllers. Everybody
motherfuckers
has.
are getting sued. I don't know who the
No, they're
dude.
not.
The dude's dead.
Well, yes, there's probably some type of thing that they're gonna have to pay up, but
The
they signed
fat-
up those waivers. On the waiver, they
there must
said
have been some fat
they said
waiver.
the word death was on there at least 3 times on the first page of the waiver.
I just feel bad.
But I
This,
mean, real-
this
like-
19-year-old kid's reading. He's like,
But the problem too with that is like that's probably on like every cruise, every airplane that you fucking
that you just sign
you
off
know?
on. That's
Yeah.
probably on the little shits that you get from a website, bro.
Yeah.
That new iPhone update. Yeah, fuck it, yo. Let me just-
You're gonna die. You could die. Yeah, like those
Yeah.
fucking Samsungs that were exploding
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way they're not covering their ass on,
Yeah, man.
on all of those things, bro. Every time you go to Wonderland, bro, you
All I
tell
know
me you're
is
not
just-
signing a waiver that says
you
you
don't
might
even know.
die on this fucking.
you just bought with your ticket.
yeah,
It's just such a rich man's death,
yeah,
a rich person's death,
yeah.
and it is what it is, you know.
RIP to them.
You know.
Dumb idea. But thanks for trying.
I'm just like, yo, like it's the Titanic, bro. Like who gives a shit? Like who
It's not.
cares?
It's not that cool.
It's about
Plus,
the
bro,
exploration.
bro,
It's about
did
the
you,
science.
did you see the sub? Like, dude, there's no way they're getting a good view out of that thing. There's like a window like this big. Like,
No, they have to watch it on screens, bro.
that's even
crazy.
worse. They're on,
And it's
you,
sonar. Like,
bro, you could just. They probably get They probably have a massive TV in their house. They can just put that footage on fucking 8K, bro, and
I was
watch
just
it at
saying, why
home
don't you just watch the Titanic, bro?
For real.
You know the Titanic's coming back to Netflix now?
because of that.
Yeah, I seen somebody tweet like, yeah, like, yo, if they just waited like a month,
They
you
could
know?
have just watched it.
Yeah.
at the end
Say
of the
word.
week.
James Cameron's making money off this still.
Of course he is, bro. That's why he said that shit too. Like he knows when to take advantage, bro.
Yeah, man.
He'd probably be like, yo, that's the sometimes that's just the way of the water. That's the name of the second Avatar.
100
right?
years later, the Titanic's still
know what I
taking
learned?
lives.
You know what I learned recently, which I didn't learn. I knew, but I didn't know. There's a point in water where you can't get past that point of water.
Like pressure wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Scary,
it's-
bro.
You can't get deeper than that amount of water. Like you can't get past the water. You get what I'm saying? It's like Jello. Oh no, I would say Jello.
What?
That's not a consistency.
There's eventually water ends.
No.
Oh,
There's
because
a
eventually you
point-
hit like the bedrock and then you hit the core.
Like it'll crush
you will.
it'll crush you.
Oh.
The
But
pressure
there's
is
this point. If you were to go down, there's so deep in the water. There's a point where you can't get past this level of water.
It's like impenetrable
It's impenetrable. Yeah.
because there's so much pressure.
yeah, the gravity and shit and or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
You can't
Do,
get
do
past
we
it.
do we know the depth of that?
Deep.
There's
I know
there's a
they,
measurement.
there's a point where like they send fucking submarines down and it would like crush the submarine. Like
Yeah.
it would like condense. It would, like,
Basically, what
just-
happened to them, those people.
Basically, yeah.
But built to go way deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You wouldn't put people in there.
Yeah, yeah. Like we can't reach the end of Marianas Trench or whatever, obviously, but like we can't even begin trying to get down there either.
It's too deep.
Yeah,
Really.
it's too much pressure down there.
So the deepest of the deepest.
Yeah, bro.
The deepest of the deep.
So we can put people in. So there's more pressure than space because we put people in
Apparently.
space.
Yeah,
Because think of it that way. We put people
Yeah.
in space, and space is like there's a lot of pressure in space,
No
right?
matter what, I always go back to that.
And, like,
my
it's-
shroom trip.
So there's more pressure deep underwater than in space.
Once again, whenever I
It's
think about shit like this,
insane, dude.
I go back to my shroom trip and looking at the water and thinking, that's a lot of water, bro. Water? That's a lot. If you just look at a bottle of water,
Yeah.
right, how many bottles of water do you think
Okay.
is in the ocean?
Probably as many.
A lot.
Do you think there's more bottles worth of water than stars? No, probably not. There's more stars.
I doubt it.
There's more stars.
There's definitely more stars.
There's more stars. Damn. Then how many stars is there?
what's the thing? There's as many stars as there are grains of sand on the beach
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you think there's more grains of sand on all beaches in the world than bottles of water that fill up the ocean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
This is a question for Chat GPT.
Yeah.
How many bottles of water fill the ocean?
Yeah.
I feel like they can maybe figure it out.
wonder
No,
if
I don't think they can. I don't think they can.
Well, they don't know. Yeah. we
I
wouldn't be
think
able
I
to
think
get
you
it
could
out.
maybe calculate Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
could probably figure that out.
Yeah. But it would be a lot
Average
of water bottles.
average depth by square mileage, and then calculated, and then 500 milliliters divided by blah 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 blah. You might be able to figure out a
Yeah.
very very rough
Like, I wonder,
number.
I wonder how many people we'd have to send into Lake Ontario with just an empty bottle of water. Until the
Would
lake
there be-
until the lake is gone?
If you were to send every human on the planet with 10 bottles of water to fill up
so dumb.
the lake, would we drain the lake? If every human on the planet.
No, not every human, but how many humans?
7 billion people times 10, 70 billion bottles
Nah,
of
this guy's
water,
snapping,
and then
bro.
you fill up the.
This guy's actually snapping.
Would we drain the ocean? Not the ocean, the lake.
I wonder.
I don't think that's enough.
I don't think it would take every human.
I don't think that's enough.
I feel like we get close to almost every human.
You know, we can figure this out
Let's
if
do
we
it.
really wanted to.
do it.
We'll do it off the pod. We'll do it right now.
We'll do it off the pod. We're gonna head out tonight and
You want me to calculate it
get
right
some
now?
bottles.
You want to calculate it right now? 70. The calculator's gonna give me the error, bro. 70 million
No, just ask ChatGPT quick, bro.
times 500 milliliters. It's like, fuck is that, bro? 3
There's an
trillion.
E. I've never seen an E.
3 trillion, bro. That's
Anyways.
70 million times 500, bro. That's how many milliliters of water we'd be able to drain. Now, how many milliliters of water are in the, Lake Ontario?
A lot.
Probably more than that, to be honest.
A lot.
Probably more than that. And that's just a lake. A medium-sized lake.
Shouts out to the new mayor.
Yeah.
Olivia Chow.
Is she is the first? No. Is the first female mayor? First
Might be.
woman?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. We had a woman prime minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time. I know that.
Yeah.
We took her out quick.
I think so.
It was a default thing.
It was
They
like,
said, "Yo, get that." Yo,
stop. No, chill.
what was how long was you there? Like a year?
eight less, bro.
Yeah,
Like 8
right.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
That would
while.
kill me. They're like, "Yo, get her out of there, bro."
It was somebody resigned, right, and she took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. First woman of color to lead Toronto, which is one of the world's most multicultural. Okay.
Congrats, Olivia.
Yeah.
Ian voted
No,
for you.
there was a woman mayor of Toronto
Oh yeah.
in 1997.
How long did that last?
I don't know. Her name was Barbara Hall. She also apparently ran in 2014,
Say word.
which I don't remember clearly.
Anyways,
I
next.
don't know how long.
Is she the first just non-white person?
Yes, she's the first non-white woman.
Non-white woman or non-white person? I don't remember any non-white people.
Oh, she might be the first person of color
Yeah.
too.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember.
She
It would probably be a black guy. I don't remember.
person of color. I think she may be first person of color. Yeah. And there were a lot of people of color running.
Yeah.
It was very likely.
Yeah,
to
this
be.
year it was obviously it was gonna happen. Whoever did it would be the first, but I don't think it's happened before, which is kind of crazy.
I believe she is. Yes. So yeah.
Who the fuck was voting for John Tory all these years, bro? That's
My
crazy.
question, bro. If I'm being real, I don't know who voted for Olivia Chow other than Ian.
Do you know many people who voted in general?
I didn't see a lot of Chow's signs in Scarborough, so I don't know
That's what I'm saying.
I
where
guess
she.
you could find out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw-
I think downtown she got
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
votes.
for sure.
Downtown.
Wherever Jack Layton was. I mean, not just that she was Jack Layton.
R.I.P.
Downtown's
to
pretty
boy
liberal.
Jack.
It's gonna be. Downtown's liberal. It's gonna be. Well, soup. Not even just liberal. I mean,
Socialist. Yeah.
liberal is.
Liberal
Can't
is
even say liberal here. It's-
liberal is center. Yeah,
Center.
it's left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
left,
a lot
left,
of
left.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
did you guys do for Pride, yo?
nothing. I worked all this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, bro.
I've never been to Pride. Not that I'm
Shout out Pride though. Yeah.
not that I'm proud of it. I'm not proud of it. I don't care. I'd go if someone wanted to go. I guess.
Would you?
Would you call yourself a proud boy?
That's not the right term, dude. Proud boy.
Would you go?
No, my ex invited me a bunch of times and I didn't go. So
I've gone to little things before, not
Yeah.
not the not the parade, but just
not the
whatever.
parade. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if she asked you to go to the parade with some beads? We're in the parade
It's just not for me, man.
on a dick float.
It's not for me. I'm a straight cis white male. It's not for me.
Wait, no, it is for you. You just said you're cis.
Isn't that what that is? What's cis?
Something only those people use. A word that
You're
they
right.
use.
Oh, right. I'm just saying how they would describe me.
Why don't you describe yourself?
Straight. Yo, the comments are fucking crazy on like Instagram. It's like, yo, why isn't there like straight Pride Day or straight Pride Month?
I hate those comments.
I was like, yo, okay, chill. This is the same like, why isn't White Lives Matter?
Yeah.
When's White History Month, bro?
Like, when's White History? You mean the rest of history? I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
I mean every other day.
You mean the only history they teach you in school?
All right.
Yeah, cool.
YouTube and Smosh. Ian, take it away.
Just brought this up because the other day, two of my favorite creators growing up,
Wow.
like when I was young, when it was like 2006, 2000. Yes, I'm not that old, but maybe 2006 is like you were pretty young. I don't know how old you guys listening to this are,
Kevin.
but
How old
20,
are we?
2000. You guys are three.
We were
you guys
13.
are. You guys like
I
three
mean,
and a half
if
old.
you were born there, if you were born at that time, you could be fucking 17 years old, which is crazy. So
Yeah, exactly. So some of you were fucking really young. Like y'all weren't even in school yet. Y'all were in diapers. I don't know. But so 2006 might be a long time for you or not, depending on your age. But 2006, 2007, I feel like that was the golden age of YouTube, man. Like that was the beginning of YouTube, before monetization, before all the censorship, before the ads.
before social media, bro.
All that shit, before social media. You know, Instagram didn't exist. Facebook was brand fucking new. It was called The Facebook. And it was like some next shit. You know what I mean? Like, what's it called? What's that app called? The MySpace was the thing. That was like the
The
main.
thing, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, the thing.
That MySpace was the social
Yeah.
media,
No Twitter.
and MSN.
Yeah.
No Twitter, right? Good old days, you know? Like, I used to watch creators like Smosh, and I found out recently that the two founders of it, like his name's Ian, one of them's Ian, the other's Anthony, they recently repurchased Smosh, and now they co-own it again for the first time in like over 10 years. Because from what I understand, they started it, they independently made videos for, you know, a handful of years, 5, 6, 7 years. They eventually they sold a large portion of it to this company to mainly help them produce better videos, more money, more budget, higher quality stuff, which in my eyes is the right move for sure.
Yeah.
Helped them, and this was when monetization was coming up and they were starting to make actual money on YouTube rather than just doing it for fun. So I don't disagree with them doing that. That was probably the right move, realistically. Fast forward several more years, it started to grow and grow and grow to like this actual company with like many different hands involved, and you know, maybe they lost a bit of the creative control, you know, from the roots, because you know there's so many people involved now and it's just this bigger entity.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of the main creators, Anthony, he left to just, you know, he was kind of, I don't know if he was upset with the way Smosh was turning out to be, but rather maybe he just wanted to move on and just be a solo creator, kind of like what bands do when they break up. They want to do their own thing. It's kind of like what happened. So he ended up doing his own thing. Ian stayed there for, you know, up until he's still there, right? And I think Smosh fell off. You know, they were the number one most subscribed for a while. And then a few other creators came and go. You know, PewDiePie came out. He came to the top. And then, like, there was all these other ones that came out. Mr. Beast is at the top. You know, Smosh still a massive channel. It's like fucking 25. I don't know how many. I have to look.
A lot of mills.
Dozen in the double digit of millions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they're still huge. But, you know, they're not number one anymore. They haven't been for a long time. But that doesn't matter. Still a big channel. But they recently apparently they bought it back.
That's lit.
Sorry, there's one more thing in their timeline that I forgot to mention. That original company that bought them, they actually went under.
Oh yeah.
And Smosh was almost going to go bankrupt at one point. I didn't know this. And then these other creators, maybe you heard of them, called Rhett and Link, they bought Smosh. Like they basically rescued the company and bought them out. So it was actually owned by Rhett and Link for a long time. And then I never really watched Rhett and Link. It wasn't really my thing, but they're okay. Anyways, they bought it. They bought it back, and it just got me thinking. I'm like, these were like these two creators I used to watch a lot when I was a kid. And they almost like them on top of like other, creators. Like, do you guys remember Niga Higa?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Guys like him. There were, Freddie Wong, bro. Remember Freddie Wong?
I'm Fred.
I didn't really watch Fred, but yeah, he was part of that era for sure. There was like Corridor Digital. There was like fucking who else did we watch? And then that's the whole topic. It's like, who did we watch back then? Did you guys watch YouTube? Did you even watch YouTube? I feel like YouTube was popular with some kids during that time, and others didn't really watch it. They're just watching like whatever,
What did I watch
or
on
playing
YouTube
video
those
games
times?
more than watching YouTube. I was like gamer/YouTube. That's like all I did through my like early teens and like tweens.
I'd say
Like between 8 years old and like 13, bro. It was just like YouTube and fucking like Halo,
yeah.
COD. Yeah.
I think those times I didn't watch that many people like consistently on YouTube, other than like Philip DeFranco,
That's another name.
and like a
a
few
legend.
people.
Yeah.
A few people that have been called up for some like allegations now.
I used to even watch Shane Dawson, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
Shane Dawson.
I used to watch him.
Yeah, I used to watch him too.
I look back at it now, I'm like, kind of weird. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely weird. I will say he had that one really funny prank where they put a watermelon up under the girl in her shirt
Oh.
and made it look like she was pregnant, and she fell.
So it looked like it
So it
exploded.
looked like the fucking
Baby.
exploded.
That's
It was good.
some dark humor.
Yeah, very
for
dark,
sure. For
but
sure.
It was definitely very good. They did it like in the middle of the grocery store. It was great.
Everyone's like, oh my God.
I watched a little bit of Nika Higa. Who else? What was that one? Remember that white girl that was popular for a bit?
Jenna Marbles?
Yeah.
She was a little later.
I watched a little bit of her.
She was a little later. She was like more like maybe 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else I really watched? No. I would say, honestly, other than that, I just watched Parks.
Ray William Johnson.
Oh, Ray William. I watch Ray William Johnson all the time.
He was like,
Every day.
he was number one for a while.
Yeah.
He was number one most subscribed for a while.
Yeah.
I remember it was like him and then Smosh and then like Nigi Higa. It was like those were like the three top creators.
I never watched much
And then he
Smosh.
just eventually he quit. Smosh, I think, was like you either loved them or you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was like some kid. It wasn't like an all around every kid watched Smosh. Like, but during like that small Ray William Johnson era, because he came up quick and fell quick, because it was like he was super popular, and then like one day he just decided, yeah, I'm done with this, and just kind of quit, and then just it was like done like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I don't know how long he was making videos for. Maybe like 7 years, something like that. It wasn't too crazy, but and his concept, like his show, wasn't the most original. I mean, it was just America's Funniest Home Videos, just like
Basically.
with a twist, you know,
With a
like
twist of
with
internet
his
shit.
with his humor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it was.
Tosh.0.
Yeah, it was just that kind of style shit, but it was just like it was him. It was him. It was the editing. It was the jokes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
fake and gay. You used to say that, bro. Fake and gay, bro. You used to be able.
Anyways.
You used to be able to see. You said that shit. You remember?
I know.
You remember?
Yeah, yeah. I
Back when
remember
you can
that
say
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Fake and gay, bro.
Do I gotta
That was
bleep
a.
that?
It was a.
I don't know if I have to.
Fake and gay. Yeah, it was a different time, bro. It was a different time. For
Those
sure.
early YouTube days, I really do miss. They're good
This guy was getting
times.
monetized for saying fake and gay. He was making money, bro.
Good content.
Isn't that crazy?
And now we can lose our money for saying
Yeah.
that.
You can lose everything.
Yeah. You lose your life.
Lose it all, bro. All right, yo, we're gonna wrap up the pod here. I gotta really pee, and we just noticed the time. We're like, fuck it, let's just wrap it up here. We talked about what we needed to talk about. We got some topics.
I would be
that
curious
we
to
didn't
see
get
like how many mans get to the end here anyway, you know? Like
Yeah.
those scary hours of us getting into the
Yeah.
130, 140.
scary hours.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if the topic is
it's good
appealing, yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some other topics that we're gonna just save for next week.
Yeah, they're like every week kind of topics
yeah.
anyway. So
So we'll get back to those next week. Thank you guys for listening once again. Thanks for showing love. Let us know what you thought of Kevin's, solo Kevcast. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys thought about that episode. I didn't get to finish listening to it yet, so I'm gonna be bumping that at work. on Wednesday. But yeah, other than that, make sure you guys are rating the podcast, like everywhere, YouTube, comment down below.
Were we a little too hard on Drake? Do you think?
Yeah, let us know.
He hasn't fallen off. Do you think his last albums have?
Let us know if we're going crazy on
no
these
skips,
Drake
bro? I don't
Drake
know, bro.
takes, bro.
We want to
'cause
hear the younger generation takes. We're
I,
not
think,
gonna.
I think they're
not
gonna rip us
gonna-
apart.
They better not
I
because
think they are.
nah,
Some big dick riders up in this bitch.
yeah. Well, if you're gonna dick ride, do it over there, please.
At least try to like explain why. Like
Yeah,
you gotta,
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to come with facts as to
Come with
why
facts.
the last albums
Because,
that
like,
he's
he's
made
like-
in the last 5 years have been
He never
better
misses.
than,
never misses, dude.
yeah.
Bro, get your
Or at
fucking
least at the
toes out
same
your
level as Nothing With the Same, you know, and
Yeah.
and it must be tough for the young generation too, because if you weren't there, it's one of those things too, you know,
mouth.
like
Exactly.
I don't know,
We were outside.
yeah,
We're just old heads,
difference, man.
guys.
yeah.
Fuck. Anyways, yo, Lost in Talks episode 114 in the books. Check out our socials. I'll catch you guys later.